So what the hell is going on with the Indiana Fever? I mean this. Like, I don't mean this in a way where I'm saying, okay, the Indiana Fever, like their team's not good. We all know that. I'm talking about like above the pay grade of all the players. Like, what is actually happening? What is actually happening? Like, obviously, if what Scott Agnes said was that big of a deal, was a big enough deal that it required essentially being fired, it wouldn't have happened. Like, it would have happened quicker than this. You wouldn't have waited 2 weeks to then go and fire Scott Agnes. That just would not have happened. When it comes down to the Indiana Fever organization, they know something's a bit weird. They've been releasing weird PR statements for a while. And when it comes to Caitlin Clark's injury, based on what Caitlin's saying, there's a very good chance that, they're doing they're trying to do what's best for her. But suddenly you've now got a situation where everyone has said, like, okay, what exactly is, like, we were saying with the media, is like, why is no one in the media pushing Steph White for why she's switching everything? Why is nobody pushing Steph White for why she's going and subbing Caitlin Clark after 3 minutes when she's hot, no matter what, and the decision to sub her off when she's hot is made regardless of how she's getting on, because you're going to make subs after 3 minutes. No, people are like, why did nobody push back? And they were like, because the one person that possibly would if you do push back, you very well could lose your job. You very well could lose your job. There are certain people in the media, and by the way, you're never going to be able to control the entirety of the media, but there are certain people in the media that, not that they can control, but like, you would think that have close enough ties to the Indiana Fever organization that they wouldn't be writing or saying hit pieces about Caitlin. And no, still going to happen. We saw the podcast from The Athletic, which is very different because these are journalists that work very closely with the league. Like, you've seen all of that. But it's all of this feels like an organization that does not know what to do. They're okay with the big thing that comes. The huge benefit financially and eyeball wise that Caitlin Clark brings. They were ill-equipped to handle that initially. They absolutely were. And it feels like now, because this is the first time where the Fever have looked bad. Like, I know they're 4-4. And like, it's very different coming into Caitlin Clark's rookie year. Because, the rookie year, there was no real expectations. But at the same time, it's one of these things where this is the first time there's any real adversity that the org has faced since Caitlin Clark has been there. It's the first time that there's been major adversity in the organization and that they've had to deal with some stuff. And it just feels like anything. It just genuinely feels like you've got a situation where the people behind the scenes don't know how to deal with this. Like, they're running crisis PR management for a Skip Bayless falling for a troll meme page. Skip Bayless fell for a troll tweet and they're instantly in crisis management mode. And it feels like this org is so ill-equipped to deal with what's going on. It feels like they are completely out of their depth, that they have no idea what they're doing. No idea what they're doing whatsoever. So for me, I'm like, look, this becomes really difficult. It becomes really difficult to talk about, and it becomes really difficult when we look at this org, because we're like, they're not ready for it. And I don't know what they're going to do. Because look, the Chicago Sky were not equipped to deal with having Angel Reese on their team. Do you know what the Chicago Sky did? They traded her. The Chicago Sky realized, okay, things are going. This was great in 2024 when even when things were going bad, they never went up too bad. But in 2025, when there was expectations and things got really bad, look, this could not have gone worse, and we decided and we were moving on. And I'm not saying I don't believe that. Again, there is absolutely at least been. I'm not going to say proper conversations, but I would be shocked. I would be shocked if the Indiana Fever backroom staff have not, at least in a semi-joking, semi-serious way, said, is this even worth it anymore? And I'm going to be real. Everything seems like the organization feel like, if from the outside looking in, it seems like they're trying to control the narrative. Anyone who has any chance of speaking out about them or asking a question that they don't like or posting a statement or writing a story they don't like. No, we want none of you guys. We want all of you guys as far away as possible from our organization. And it's one of those things again where I'm like, it doesn't look good. And again, we could be looking way too far into this. We could be looking way too far into this like it's nothing. That being said, like, something's happening. Whether it's, again, behind the scenes, way above our pay grade, way above the pay grade of anyone we're even talking about, at an organizational level, this seems like an organization panicking. This seems like an organization that's like, shit, we can't attract good big free agents anymore. Because we can't attract big free agents, we've had to overpay. We've overpaid 2 players. That means we could potentially be fucked. We're about to lose the second best player in our franchise history because we can't afford to pay her. We have no idea, and I'd say even at the highest level, we're like, we have no idea if Stephanie White and Caitlin Clark can work. And now we got to control every bit of the narrative, and suddenly Scott Agnes is fired. It feels, in general, that this is an organization in panic. It feels like from top to bottom, from the players to the people running the show, it feels like this is an org that is in panic. It feels like something that there is absolutely no way that anyone who's a group of people that are in a sound state of mind and not feeling the pressure of it all, makes the decision to get rid of a credentialed media for I mean this. He said it was strategic management of her injury. Caitlin Clark herself came out and said basically her body didn't feel right and it's a long season. Like, a strategic management plan. While they probably don't have anything called a strategic management plan, making sure that they keep her ready for the season might be called a strategic management plan, and if it means sitting her out for a game in May, is what a strategic management plan is. Again, maybe it's not something that's written down, but trying to make sure they keep her body in check for September probably is a calling that a strategic management plan. It is what it is. Yes, did it make the Fever look worse? Possibly. Did he word it badly? Sure. But the fact that it escalated more than you should probably have worded that better just sums it all up. But anyway, yeah, that is the video. I'll see you guys. I have no idea what's going on with the Indiana Fever organization, but when people are in panicking, they're liable to do anything. People are in panic mode, they're liable to do anything. And look, all of this, and I mean this, all of this is over with. Nobody will be talking about all of this if they beat Atlanta on Thursday. If the Atlanta Dream is what I expect and a 30-point loss for Atlanta or for the Fever, if it's a 30-point loss, like a lot of us are expecting, a blowout loss against a team that matches up very well to it, especially after beating them in the playoffs, then things get really bad. It's like you make a choice if you're the Fever. It's like, do we try to fix this and gut half of our roster like 2018 Cavs and gut half of our roster and try to see what we can do and play NBA 2K My GM to try build a team around Caitlin? Like, or do we just say, you know what? You know what? It's easier to build a team around Stephanie White, and do we cash in? Do we cash in and we stop this headache? Because I would be shocked if there's not at least one person high up in the organization that is questioned, is this all worth it? Is this all worth it? But anyway, yeah, that's the video. I'll see you guys.